Everything. It is my first out and out comedy film. The people associated with the film are incredible. Veer Das, Kavi Shastri, Amog Randeve, who's the writer. Amir Khan Productions is backing it. So who better than Amir Khan sir to support something that is as out of the box and wacky as this one is. And because of the story and the character that I have never, like, someone I have never played before, I'm looking different, I'm talking differently, so I got to explore a very different side of me as an actor. So I got to explore so many more opportunities through this one project that I was sold. I was like, I have to audition for it, and I'm just going to pray that I get it.
And I was listening to earlier of your interview, and the character appearance seems to be quite far off from what you are in real life.
Yes.
So, how did you maneuver around the character, her mindset? What were the inputs from Veer or Amir Khan that made you become one with the character?
So I generally think that I am a director's actor. I surrender myself to the script, to my directors, because it's their vision, and then whatever I can do with it is what I do. But I try and, like, basically become one with the character. What was tough was obviously to abuse in the film, but beyond that, I feel like I have never slapped anyone like that ever in life, and I don't think that instinct comes naturally to me at all. So that was very, very challenging, and to, like, slap Veer and then not feel guilty about it immediately, because I have to remember that I'm playing the character, not Mithila. And he was incredible about it, that he would just not lose character. But the minute I would slap him, you could see it in my eyes and, like, on my face that I'm feeling very bad. So I had to learn that a little bit. I had to train myself. The other thing was that comedy is a genre, again, something that is new. I have not explored it before. I don't think it comes instinctively to me. So one key thing that we told me and most of us is that don't play the comedy. Play the lines and the comedy will play itself out, because you have to have conviction in your character and in the universe. So Rupa believes this is the right thing to do. She believes that it's okay for her to be as angsty, angry, as full of attitude, bindas, badass as she is. And she is part of this world. And for her, this is not funny, because this is her reality. So just have that conviction, play it with that conviction. It will be funny. So that helped.
And this whole team, it artistically it looks very well driven. I was just watching the promo that came out today with Sunil Grover.
Yes.
Like, who would have thought of something like that? But here are these people, marketing geniuses. They are constantly on watch of about what is going on the internet, the meme culture, the pop culture, and everything. Tell me, what is it about working with these guys, Amir Khan, Veer Das, and the entire team? What were the jamming sessions between all you guys were like while you were, toying around the dialogues or the premise or the story?
So, Amir sir and I have not really interacted for this film, because he is the producer. So, I think a lot of his interactions were essentially just with the directors and the writers. Jamming sessions were actually a lot of fun, because a lot of times the whole cast came together to read the film together. So it was very interesting to see that our chemistry was building there. We were picking the lines off from each other, and that really helped. Like, we did a roundtable session many times, like a reading session a couple of times. One of the times, actually, we even recorded it, so we could hear it, replay it. I met Veer a couple of times, just him and I, to just jam, because he and I have a lot of scenes together, and he and I had to kind of work on those scenes, chemistry, whatever it took to build that relationship of the characters. So that was actually a lot of fun. He gave me the freedom to bring my flavor to it. Whatever he asked me, this is how, like, he told me this is how I imagine her to be, and you can, like, bring your own flavor in and see how you want to talk, how you want to say your lines, if you want to improv. There were many times that on set, and we were told this, that we will do the take as on paper, as is, jab tak wo milega, we'll do that, how many ever takes that it takes to get the right one. And then once we've gotten that, we will improv. So there were times when we would just, like, We would just riff off of each other even on set. So it was very fun.
And working with someone like Veer, like comedy तो उनका पेशा ही है,
जी जी
comedy, you know,
जी
overseas shows and everything. When you work with an actor like him, you know, who's so strong with comedy, you know, all his weapons are at display when he's delivering the scene in front of the camera. Of course, ये उनकी दुनिया, but like, how did you make it a level playing field, or how did he allow you to sort of get into his world, you know, experiment with the comedy, experiment with the lines, the punches, and how it all.
Knowing that I'm part of a comedy film, I didn't have to. What he helped me with was that don't overthink that कि मुझे अभी हंसाना है लोगों को. You're not, this is not your job as Rupa to make people laugh. People will laugh with you when you say your lines. Like I said earlier, that he said don't play that comedy, play the lines, comedy will happen. So that was really helpful, that actually, yeah, it is a different genre, but I'm still an actor and I'm still doing what I know how to do and what to do. So that definitely helped. I feel like who better than Veerdas to lead you through comedy genre. So I knew that I was in safe hands with Kavi and Veer, that I knew that, you know, even if मैं भटक जाऊंगी कहीं तो वो ले आएंगे मुझे फिर से लाइन पे. तो it was good. We will improv. So there were times when we would just riff off of each other even on set. So it was very fun.
And working with someone like Veer, like comedy तो उनका पेशा ही है,
जी जी
comedy, you know,
जी
overseas shows and everything. When you work with an actor like him, you know, who's so strong with comedy, you know, all his weapons are at display when he's delivering the scene in front of the camera. Of course, ये उनकी दुनिया, but like, how did you make it a level playing field, or how did he allow you to sort of get into his world, you know, experiment with the comedy, experiment with the lines, the punches, and how it all they land? What was the process?
Just like I said, you know, it for me, obviously, as an actor, that is what I've done. I've said my lines, and like as the character, I have had conviction in what I was saying. So knowing that I'm part of a comedy film, I didn't have to. What he helped me with was that don't overthink that कि मुझे अभी हंसाना है लोगों को. You're not, this is not your job as Rupa to make people laugh. People will laugh with you when you say your lines. Like I said earlier, that he said don't play that comedy, play the lines, comedy will happen. So that was really helpful, that actually, yeah, it is a different genre, but I'm still an actor and I'm still doing what I know how to do and what to do. So that definitely helped. I feel like who better than Veerdas to lead you through comedy genre. So I knew that I was in safe hands with Kavi and Veer, that I knew that, you know, even if मैं भटक जाऊंगी कहीं तो वो ले आएंगे मुझे फिर से लाइन पे. तो it was good.
And at the start of the interview, I mentioned that, you know, I've been following your journey since very long,
Yes.
10 years now. Now here's the thing, you know, whenever a new medium comes up, it also brings along a new set of artists, fresh faces. It happened to Shah Rukh Khan when TV came in India, you know, Fauji, Baghi Ki Dunia and everything.
जी.
That's how his superstar built an empire. Same trajectories of yours, you know, as you broke out as a singer, then as an actor, and then, I mean, the rest is history.
Yeah.
Tell me, what were the conscious choices that you made, that, you know, this is the path that I've chosen as an artist. At this particular time, after a few years, I'll do this, I'll do that, something like that, something like that.
No, I've infamously given one TEDx talk where I've said it's okay to not have a plan. So I followed it, in the sense that when I say that, I'm not saying that I became complacent about it and let जो होगा देखा जाएगा वो नहीं था. I knew that I have a goal. My goal was to be an actor. Now wherever the opportunity showed itself for me to be an actor, I grabbed it with both hands. What did I know what the internet was going to do? 10 years ago, we were all just starting out on the internet. The internet revolution was just beginning in terms of internet being a legit medium of entertainment. Who would have even thought 10 years ago? You know, that time TV and theater and films were the big things. Radio was a big thing. So we didn't know that internet could play out this way. So I was also experimenting. I was willing to experiment with anything that would let me be an actor and that would give me the creative satisfaction of being an actor. So I auditioned for anything and everything. The way life has played out for me thereon is something that I don't think I could have planned better for myself. So I'm glad I didn't plan it, because I gave myself the freedom to go with the flow, and I literally did that I got Filter Copy, who gave me News Darshan, which was a news satire comedy show, after which we Dhruv and I did two comedy sketches, and after that Little Things happened, Girl in the City happened, so everything kind of uh, took off from the previous thing. So I don't think if I would have planned it, I would have planned it this well. So I'm just grateful that it happened. And I do want to mention that I was fortunate that I met the right people at the right time. जो लोगों से मैं शायद ही 8 साल पहले ही बात की है मैंने, उसके बाद हम मिले नहीं है शायद, लेकिन the 8 years ago that person mattered a lot in, like, was a very fundamental person in my journey, and I will not forget those people. I'm not mentioning too many of them, but I will not forget what they did for me that helped me push myself. And they have been like, I have had mentors through various phases of my life who have just, stuck by me and said, you don't want to do it, don't do it. You want to do it, we'll be there for you to do, to help you through it. And they have been there. And शायद ही उसके बाद हमारी बात नहीं हुई because it was just related to one certain project, but they have stuck by me. So I am very grateful that I did meet the right people at the right time who were kind enough to lead the way for me, and I'm here now.
And this reminds me of a very interesting theory. I'm sure you also might have heard. It says that it's called the last meeting theory. It says that when the universe decides that you are meeting this person for the last time, I mean, nothing in this world can make it work. To make them meet you again.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Maybe I have not actually. I have not given it so much of a thought. I feel like whoever has to find a way back to you, they do. For the good and bad, who knows? That's all circumstantial. But you will find your way back to some people if you want to, if you're meant to.
And you work in different mediums. Theatre, music is something that you really love. Doing films, theatrical, OTT, and everything. Web series, short format content, long format content. How has all of this enhanced the artist in you, or perhaps give you a new perspective to look at things?
My grandfather always used to say, "You're a jack of all trades, master of none." but because I like doing many things and I'm not the best at one thing, but fortunately what I do gives me the freedom to explore so many different things that I'm glad that at least I know how to be the jack of all trades, so that I'm open to experimenting with whatever today, and it's only with gratitude that I look at this journey.
And for my final question, I cannot let you go without asking about Irfan Sir. You worked with him, one of the finest actors that we have had in the industry. What was it working with him? His approach to work, to his characters, to the story, the way he approached the scene or the character arc. What was it about?
He is, I still say is, it's hard to talk about him in past tense, but very, very inspiring, because despite having done all the incredible work that he did, when I met him on Karva, he was still that curious person. He still wanted to know, he still wanted to experiment. And I feel like comedy came naturally to Irfan Sir also, like straight face delivery. And he would say something so funny. In fact, what I learned, and during Karma promotions, I would say this, that what I've learned is how to be a better listener because of Irfan Sir as an actor. Because when acting is about reacting, essentially, right? So when your co-actor is saying something to you, you have to react to it as the character, not as the person, which was a lesson that I took a while to realize, because he's so good. And as Shaukat, And in the film, Tanya does not like him. So she can't find him funny. Like, even though whatever he's saying is hilarious, I can't laugh because I'm not pleased or I'm not amused. But I would just crack. And that took me a little while. So very, very important lesson as an actor, that you have to listen, because maybe the lines are not on paper and he's just saying something else and you have to react to that. So you have to constantly be present. So being present is something, it's a very important virtue as an actor.
Okay, okay. And one last question before we wrap up. Emotions are kind of everything for an actor in their professional life as well and in their personal life as well. If they're going through something, what I have seen with the actors is they try to fetch the last end of that emotion. If it is sorrow, they try to reach there so that it might help them sometime later in their life professionally. How do you process emotions if something hits you like a train?
As an actor, I feel like I try and be in the moment more than drawing something from my life, because it cannot be the same emotion, and it cannot be the, like, if I'm feeling bad about the passing of a relative in as an actor, I might still have that relative in my life. It's a very, probably a crass example, and excuse me for that, but I can't mourn the death thinking about something else from my life, because here the character is mourning her uncle's death that she was very close to, or aunt's death that she was very close to. So I feel like I prefer being in the moment, because those emotions are very confusing. You cannot confuse the two emotions. Sure, even if the output is crying, the felt emotion is very different. And I actually learned this in a workshop that I did many years ago. I did an acting workshop by Stella Adler. And I meant, like, her school of thought, her method is that draw from the character's past, not from your past. Because how you would, maybe there are people who don't get along with their parents, for example, or there are people who are very close to, like, say I'm very close to my family, but my character has a very strained relationship with her family. So when a person passes in the family, or goes away in the family, how my character feels about that versus how I feel about my family going away or distancing from me will be very different. So I cannot draw those emotions, and just because I've cried because I lost my wallet when I was, whatever, 18, that cry cannot be an inspiration for this moment where somebody has left me and gone, in whatever, distanced themselves as a character. So I feel like that was a very interesting method that I learned in that workshop, and I was like, I want to stick to this. So that is how I try to do it. And music inspires me a lot. So if I want to feel something, then I'll listen to a particular song and draw inspiration from there.
So get rhythm and the breathing.
Yeah.
Perfect. So with that, we have reached the end of this conversation. If there's anything that I may have missed asking as a question, or something that you would have loved to cover.
No, just this. Please go watch my film on the 16th of Jan. Happy Patel. It's in the theatres. And I'm very excited because after Karwa, this is my first Hindi film release on the big screen. So it's been as many years. So I'm very excited.
8 years?
8 years. Yeah.
Perfect. So on that note, thank you so much for the
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.